What's up guys, it's FallenHobo here, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the KDR and HP Vision, which was recently added to Combat Arms during this month's content update. As you guys can see on the top left, it kind of looks like a scouter. And speaking of scouters...
What does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000! What, 9,000? There's no way that can be right!
Thank God nobody's KDR or HP can be over 9,000. But silly jokes aside, the HP and KDR Vision was sent to me by Natural Dash for 7 days. Thank you very much to you, Natural Dash. Without you, I couldn't have reviewed this. Moving on, what the KDR and HP Vision does, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just put your reticle on whoever you want, whether it's an ally or enemy, and it'll pretty much display their KDR and HP as well. Displaying their KDR, that's really useless. I don't even know why Nexon decided to show their KDR, but who knows, it might be useful to you, but to me it's just garbage, it's useless. But the HP, however, it could be somehow useful in different situations. It really depends on what kind of game mode you're playing. In this review, I'm going to be showing you guys the HP and KDR vision in different game modes such as Quarantine, Elimination, and all that stuff. Now, starting off with Elimination, and what I'm going to say right now is also going to apply for Capture the Flag and One Man Army as well. The KDR HP Vision is pretty useless in these game modes for various reasons. Firstly, the time you have your reticle on your enemy is the time you should be firing at them. You shouldn't be distracted with looking at their KDR or HP. And secondly, in these game modes, regardless of how much HP or how high of a KDR they have, I'm still going to try and kill them. I mean, just because they have more of an HP or KDR doesn't mean I'm going to stop and run away. I'm still going to go in there and try my best to kill the enemy, but that really depends on your playing style. In my opinion, I just find that the KDR and HP Vision just complete garbage in Elimination, Capture the Flag, and One Man Army. But if you think otherwise, please let me know in the comment section below. It's always good to share your opinions, and yeah, we might learn a thing or two. Moving on. The KDR and HP Vision, it's not a piece of gear, so don't run around thinking you're Vegeta with the Scouter or whatever. It's kind of like the Elite mod. You turn it on or off before the game. And here's Fuck You, that's his player name. He's being an idiot right now, and as you guys can see, his HP appears in red and his KDR appears in red as well, right beside his player name. And as you guys can see, there's also a red skull beside his name. I have no idea what that means. It definitely does not mean whether he's an ally or enemy, because I've seen allies with red skulls as well. It also has nothing to do with their HP, because I've also seen players with 100 HP with a red skull. I'm still trying to find out what the red skull means, and if you guys know anything about it, please let me know. And here's Dash Intake, who's also going to be helping me with this review. As you guys can see, I can also see the HP and KDR of the Super Spy, and as we all know, it's really crucial to know the HP of the Super Spy, especially when you're trying to kill him. It's really important to know at what HP he's at. It also lets you know whether you should be running away from him or if you should go in for the kill. It's really useful, and right now I'm just gonna tell him that we're gonna start playing normally. And yeah, he takes out Kobarox, and me and Ehon are left. I'm actually really bad at Spy Hunt, especially when I'm trying to take out the Super Spy. I'm really bad, and right here I fail. And as I saw, he's got 60 HP, 60 something HP, and I didn't really do too well here, but you guys get the point. The HP and KDR thing really helps at Spy Hunt. And moving on. Now, as for games of Quarantine, the KDR and HP Vision is actually really helpful here, and I'll show you guys why in a second as I wait for an infected to come. Right now I'm using the M21E sent by Ruthenium. This is a really good machine gun. I always use it for Cabin Fever and Quarantine as well, because it's just really good. It can take out infected even at medium to long range with its burst fire mode, which is really nice. But anyways, waiting for an infected. Not this one, I need one to jump down from here anytime now. Still waiting, and here it is. Alright, as you guys can see, there's an infected right here, and I can see his HP. Now that's really helpful, especially for those of you who are really big infected slayers. Knowing the HP of the infected is really helpful. It lets you know if it's worth killing the infected or not. It lets you know whether you should be running away or if you should be trying to kill the infected. I usually try and kill the infected if they're around 100 HP. Anywhere above that, I try not to. But yeah, it's actually really helpful. As you see right here, I can just read his HP, and I know it's worth it to fire at him. But the guy with the minigun killed him. But anyways, you guys get the point. The KDR and HP vision, very helpful in quarantine, especially for those of you who are really big infected slayers. And yeah. Oh, and before I continue, I might as well warn you guys right now, when you guys are using the KDR and HP vision, you might have noticed that the HP of an enemy or ally is not appearing, and the reason for that is because you're not using a weapon that has a reticle on it. Weapons such as any sort of melee weapon or sniper rifle, those don't count as having a reticle, and when you aim it at an enemy, you'll notice that the HP does not show up. HP will only show up on the enemy when you are using a weapon such as an assault rifle or SMG or machine gun, whatever weapon that has a reticle on it. And yeah, that's pretty much just a warning for you guys. Don't freak out if the HP is not appearing. It's just because you're not using a weapon that has an actual reticle on it. Now moving on to the final game mode that I'm going to be showing you guys, Elimination Pro. Now how well the KDR and HP vision works really depends on how well you use it. If you guys have a mic, it's always good to let your teammates know on Vivox or TeamSpeak or Vent whether the enemy is lit or not. Really depends on how well you use it. This information might be useful, but anyways, if your enemy is lit and you know it, it's probably a good sign that your enemy is probably gonna go into hiding. So that might be a tip for you guys. I don't know, it really depends on the playing style of the enemy, but really, I don't know, it hasn't really helped me much yet. I've played with the KDR and HP vision for, I don't know, at least 2 or 3 hours now, and it really hasn't helped me much in Elimination Pro games. But still, it's got a lot of potential. You know, it could be helpful in certain situations, but it really comes down to how well you use it. Anyways, this is pretty much my review for the KDR and HP vision. Thank you guys for watching, and let's move on to the shoutouts. First, a shout out to Your Head My Lead for the K5 SD for a day, and next a shout out to Your Head My Lead again for the Ninjato for a day, and next a shout out to Profighter for the Flectarn Camo for a day, which I don't think I'll be reviewing, but thank you anyway. Next a shout out to Dash Owang 3 Dash for Ninjato for a day. Next a shout out to Crooked89 for the Super Grenade, or the Gangster Grenade as my clan calls it. Next a shout out to 0-legit-0 for the K5 SD for a day. And next a shout out to I Can't Read Your Name for the K5 SD for a day. Next a shout out to Dash Norton for the HDS Reflex Sight for assault rifles for a day. Next a shout out to Boiled Dogs for Cowboy Hat for a day. Another shout out to Boiled Dogs for the Ninjato. Next a shout out to Blades 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the respawn token. Next a shout out to L9 the Dude for another respawn token. And shout out to Alex14 something for the K5 SD. And shout out to Tegundoob_I for the HDS Reflex Sight for a day. Next a shout out to XTC-Falcon for the K5 SD for a day. Next a shout out to Exponal for a respawn token, Joyshot for a respawn token, Zombie Killa for a K5 SD, Nick703 for a respawn token, Dude Star for satellite scanner for a day, and thank you Nexon for this black highsec key. Let's see what we get. Come on. Bonus EXP passes 100%. I always get those. I don't know why. It's probably like really bad luck or something. But I know I have a missed end somewhere. Yeah, right here from Tegundoob_I. Hopefully I'll get the Baron's M416 CKB camo. And I do not get that. But thank you guys.